Hello, 101 ears. Happy week 3 of our term. We kick off this week with our random fact of the week. And that's, believe it or not, that Scotland chose the unicorn as its national animal. Go figure. That's quite unique, huh? So that's our fact for the week. Let's check out what we have on the docket for this week. I'm hoping that this message is finding you well, in good spirits, and that you're having a nice and productive day. So, as you can see, for this week, we have our next essay, which is from our story of the week, The Veld, as well as the outline. We have another assignment, which is our current event assignment, which I'll explain in this module, as well as we have our workshop for our dream chasing essay, which we assigned last week. So let's go ahead and look at this week's module. So the very first thing is you're going to read our story of the week, which is The Veld, and this ties into our thematic unit of Technology in Us, which falls into this larger umbrella of our class, the human experience. So go ahead and read this story. My recommendation to you is that you annotate. You always want to be an active reader, and whether that means printing out the reading and highlighting and writing your notes, or using a tablet and using a stylus, whatever works for you, that's a-okay. So go ahead and annotate. And here is our discussion question for the week. Remember to respond in at least a hearty paragraph, as well as to reply to at least one classmate's post. Now, after you do that, you're going to want to take this quick reading quiz. Oh, don't know why that was in the way there. 1 second. There we go. We got it. So take this reading quiz. It's just 5 questions. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. If you read it, you'll be good. And these things, of course, like most things, due by Sunday. So have that in mind. The next thing, I'm going to have a video here that will explain this essay, our Veld essay. So check that one out. And as well as the outline, I'll go ahead and explain that, and current event. Now, what I do want to cover is our peer review workshop, how we're going to do this. So, because writing is a process, we do this in our class. We replicate this very writing process that writers follow, right? We begin with an outlining and brainstorming, which we already did. And now we have a rough draft, which is the portion where you actually start to write your essay. You just write. You got to remember that there's no such thing as a perfect first draft. You have to just write, just dive in and use your outline that you used, the brainstorm handout that I gave you to help you. So just start writing. You want to have at least 2 pages of it, and you want to post here by Wednesday, which is the 6th of November. And we have to remember that the Canvas system is going to automatically distribute drafts only to those who submitted a draft of their own. So once again, the Canvas system will only give you a draft to look at if you have submitted a draft in yourself. So do remember that, and it's going to submit it exactly 1 minute after the deadline for the draft, which will be Thursday 11/7, right at 12 a.m. It's going to send it, and you'll have till Sunday to leave feedback for your classmates. Now, what you want to consider are some of these things, right? Because this is our dream chasing paper, your classmate has to absolutely identify what their largest dream or goal is as it follows the prompt. Obviously, too, it's a narrative, so we want you to bring in your experiences to support what your project is, meaning like what you want to do, right? Your goal. Also, you're looking for connections to Richard Montañez from the article, from the Hot Cheeto article. So what did you learn about what he used to accomplish his goal, and is your classmate writing about that and incorporating that into their paper? As well, you want to look at how's the intro and body and conclusion and organization so far, right? Transitions, that's a big one. Remember, we talked about that last time, that you want to find points of commonality to go from one topic to the next, right? Also, too, pay attention to the tone and language. So, is this narrative doing a good job at getting across, what they want, why they want it, maybe some background about that, and also like what steps are they taking now? So here are just some things to consider to telling your classmate, what areas are strong so far, where can they tighten up. So this is an opportunity for you to help your classmate out. And now I want to show you what it's going to look like from your end. So I have here pulled up an actual submission from a student, and I just want to show you the tools. So number one, I'm going to want you to, you're going to get three drafts to look at from your classmates, and this is what I want you to do for each of them to get credit for the workshop. Number one, I want you to leave comments and feedback on the essay itself. So I want you to mark it up, and I'm going to tell you what these tools are. Of course, this is zoom in. This is if you want the full page. This one here is if you want to leave like a bubble, a comment here. And this one is the highlighter, and you actually have the choice of all these colors here. So use that. And for each thing that you highlight, you also have the option of leaving a note as well. This one here is a text box. Let's say you want to write something like, yes, this is important or something. And that's the text box. This is if you want to strike out something. This one is an actual pencil, which I use all the time. Like if you want to draw like an exclamation mark or a question mark or something like that, right? So that is what the pencil does, and that also lets you leave comments on the side. This is to make a box. If you want to make a box on the word, maybe it's an important section. So that's what that one does. So in addition to leaving some notes on the essay itself, I want you to directly address what you saw in the draft to your classmates. So you can be like, Jolene, and then type out what you want to tell them. Or you can also leave them some feedback. So if you go here, which says this video camera, you can leave a video feedback. My recommendation to you is that you have on another screen your notes open, right? Everything that you left in their draft as you leave them the video feedback. If you don't want to do video, then you can disable the webcam and it'll do just the audio if you'd like to do that. So that is how we're going to do it. Remember too that the Canvas system, once again, will only distribute drafts to those who submitted a draft of their own, and it's going to do it 1 minute after the deadline for that, which, as you can see, is the deadline is Wednesday, and so it's going to submit it 1 minute after, so right on Thursday, 12 a.m. So that is that, my friends. I will also going to leave in the announcements a reminder for how to access your feedback when it comes in, for how to access their actual drafts, and I hope that one helps you. So I hope this video helps. Take care, guys. Have a nice week.